pick of Anubis. T-side start for Vitality. Let's see what they bring into this pistol.
Straight towards B here. Got a E-box smoke in. And also a B smoke being set up as Vitality. They've got to hit good flashes here. TheMongolz, 2 players in position. It's a very hard site to retake. They might not have a choice. Techno up close, unperturbed by the flashbang. It won't do a thing about him. The Julies take the first blood. There's a re-flash in for TheMongolz to keep pressure on.
This pistol round on the CT half really matters to TheMongolz, right? If they can get off to a good start here, get some early rounds, that would be huge for their longevity in this map. But things go from bad to worse. This B play landing stuck for Vitality. And only 1 kill found for TheMongolz gets the Vitality squad off to a hot start here on the better side of Anubis.
Dude, no one can ever stop the ZywOo Julies. The clicking is so rapid. There isn't a player that can match him there. And I'm excited to see ZywOo today because I feel like this is the perfect storm for him to show up in this tournament, right? You mentioned with Spirit already being gone, EPL's defending champions and Na'Vi eliminated as well. I think this is a ripe tournament for ZywOo to steal away and lock in an early MVP in this year because my God, like we're seeing a little bit of a different ZywOo even at this event. He's shouting a lot more. He's getting a lot more involved. You mentioned, Harry, how you think he's probably a bit pissed that he didn't, you know, he ended 3rd in the world last year. That was his lowest placing since he started playing professionally. So do we get a strong ZywOo is a big question today.
Oh, well, this gets a little awkward. After that opener found right at the top of the round by the Deagle.
Easy.
But everything else comes up in favor of Vitality. They will get those trades. They stick the landing, 2-0 looking good.
I'll just put this out there. I think the main reason for Vitality's strong start in series is they bring the best vibes during setup before the game. You know, there's a speaker, there's 90s dance music going on, right? Pump up the jam. Like, how can you not win a pistol after that sort of a start?
That's true. They did bring a good vibe.
But what you guys were talking about, you know, ZywOo, and I mean, you can see it across the board. All 5 of their players are top 18 in this tournament in terms of ratings, right? And just the addition of Robs and getting some of the bad vibes out that they had towards the spectacular player, a big game player, and you could see it from the first tournament, well, the second one since he joined the roster, but it frees up so much more for the other guys, right? ZywOo doesn't feel like he has to carry every single time. Mazzy has slightly better positions where he can showcase more what he's capable of. Flames stepped up incredibly last year, continued in that fashion, and Apex being the leader that the team needs.
Everyone wins.
Well, apart from the people who play them.
How much has proven to be true?
I mean, this was a nice idea for the TheMongolz heading into their first rifle round, right? Knowing they have to be proactive on this CT side. They try to get away with some B aggression. But Vitality have super fast reactions, and that's one of the things that you've seen other teams struggle with here across the Pro League, right? They hear that flash over towards B main, and the reaction in this round was nigh on instantaneous. They went from this kind of default with a bit of attention over towards B, players in mid, to suddenly 5 grouped outside of the A site ready to go. They know that on the back of that flash, there were bodies over towards B, maybe a bit of a lean there out of the gate. They get all this room for free, and on the back of it, they've done enough to win this round already.
Just a succinct execute. 3 mollies, 2 smokes, and a flash. TheMongolz get pushed out.
I think maybe some of the Na'Vi guys are tuning into this game, seeing that death from Mzinho and being like, where was this yesterday? These guys did not miss yesterday, now losing a duel to a Galil. I mean, TheMongolz maybe seeing if someone's going to overstep, trying to get a kill or 2, but they don't have a kit. They're not going for any sort of a late retake, nothing along those lines. And yeah, sometimes when you are the best team in the world and you're playing really well, there is an element of fear in your opponents, right? That you instill, and a level of doubt, I feel like, just in the small things, in taking the duels, in being paranoid, you know, thinking they could be everywhere, that they're strong everywhere, you know, they're behind this smoke, they're about to pop on this side, and your teammate on the other side feels the same. You know, you're second guessing a lot of the stuff because, okay, your opponents are a good team, they're playing well, but they're not unbeatable and they cannot be everywhere at the same time. So getting over that psychological hump is a big part of actually defeating them on the server as well.
Mongols have already been making new waves in taking an arena game in Katowice. That was a first. But this is quite a mountain to climb, even in a studio environment. Vitality will not be caught unprepared. Apex is in this round, though. Pushing through the smoke. Techno grants a 5v4. What will Mongols do with this? They're not pulling back. They're still harassing middle, playing ahead of Vitality smoke. ZywOo gets pop flashed. Owned by Techno. 5v3 now. No excuses.
I think at this point in the round, obviously you're still trying to win if you're Vitality, but you really need to get at least 2 kills, right? Like even losing the round, but keeping the pressure on the economy of the Mongols, that is key.
All right, then let's see how much they can get out of it, because that one is given over for free.
Not expecting them that far away still so late in the round, and it could have meant that Vitality can go A or B.
Might get worse. Senzu hanging around here. I think he does have...
He saw a barrel, but he doesn't know about flames.
Yeah, it's the second player that catches him by surprise. They keep feeding Senzu over here in the water, or flames rather, down in water. Senzu and Techno both to their death, and Flames is still hungry for more. Rops brings it back into a 2v2. Him and Mezzi in this clutch. Smoke still in play is pretty big. Locks out one of these angles. That should allow the bomb plant to come in here for Vitality at bare minimum. They've got that in the 2v2, but an early swing. This is a nice way to remove any chance of trickery in that situation. They know the bomb's getting planted. They have a 2v1. They rush Mezzi down. And so it gets messy in the middle there for the Mongols, but they handle it well in that 2v2. They couldn't have afforded for that round to go the way of Vitality. That would have been a bit of a serious blow to this CT side early on.
Yeah, but Apex will be happy about this. You know, his team got 3 kills, they got the bomb down, so they have all the guns and utility that they want for this reset round. Mongols obviously will be happy they put a round on the board, but they also have a great buy. So this is one of those rounds where we really get to see them square off against each other.
9-10 AWP, ZywOo meets him in the middle.
He's taking it B. Jail pick. Boost up over the lurk smoke. Yeah, all right.
It's a nice move, but only if Vitality get close. And Mezzi just playing anti-flash right now, controlling the position, while Vitality put pressure outside in the water.
This is where the Mongols would have really liked an entry from either the op or from the peak from Mzinho, and now you'll see they'll have to become a little bit paranoid about mid. Blitz already goes back. Senzu as well, trying to hold it a little bit as Vitality's has been working a little bit towards that B side of the map, putting some pressure. Let's see what the ending call from Apex is. Seems like just a full AX.
Yeah, this is actually seeming like the Mongols have the read. They'd already started shuffling Senzu over into mid, linking up with Blitz, and now the 3 of them have gone and taken up real estate over here towards A, so they will be in the right place for this site here.
Senzu's anti-flash as well. Well, he was. Now they're moving together, getting a little bit aggressive. ZywOo punishes. There's the flash. You have no second player to cover it. There's a late swing for Blitz, but it's only 1-for-1, and they were down a man. Relying on the flank now. ZywOo goes back to check it, and there is nothing wrong with that round for Vitality. It goes to perfection.
Just really have to appreciate also ZywOo's awareness and his game sense, right? I mean, they killed 3 players close A, so there's no danger of anyone being camera or heaven, right? That would be real crazy in terms of a setup, but you know, the 2 players from B might come back water. That's where the closest danger is of a rotation. He comes back to check it, finds the kill, secures the round, because you look, his teammates didn't have a ton of HP. If he were to die to that flank, there maybe was a way in for the Mongols.
Yeah, if Vitality made that move 5 seconds earlier, I think it goes very well for the Mongols. We had a double setup. We had the anti-flash. Instead, Mzinho walks in, which doesn't let Senzu play anti-flash. He just eats it. Max 1. Vitality, a strong T side showing.
I think, you know, the way that Vitality play their T side on this map is I imagine, at least from looking on the outside, feels like one of the most infuriating teams to play. Just because they do a lot of this, or it is, you know, waiting around. It's 5v5 and there's only 30 seconds left, and they set their sights on a bomb site. They know the CTs are feeling pressure in a 5v5 that late in the round. It's one of the few maps where that's the case, right? That's actually a bad thing for the CTs. They need to go seek info. You have to constantly be active, and oftentimes Vitality just wait for those moves and then reap the reward. It's not necessarily, you know, the most exciting kind of on-the-fly calls and whatnot, everything super brawly and down to the wire. No, it's quite slow, and it's a lot of posturing and waiting for your opponent to make the mistake, but it works for them on these T-halves.
And, you know, grouping up with 5 players for an execute is not without risks. You open yourself to flanks, you don't have presence somewhere else on the map, but in case they do come with aggression, you have the numbers to deal with it.
Oh, wasn't ready for second player there, but it's big info for Vitality. Do they jump the gun and move forward? Blitz certainly will. He wants to flank this, being audible, but taking the risk to get behind this B execute. Vitality needed that kill to keep him alive in this site. Vitality all coming from main.
He has a way out through dark, but he decides to hang around and fight this, and Blitz will hit a good timing on the wrap round. It's only Mezzi left up in this round. Bomb dropped. He's going to go back. Captain spots him cross out of main, and Senzu with the smoke spam sends him packing. It's a second round foul for the Mongols.
We've seen Mongols continually push in advantageous positions, and that's because of the pressure that you've been talking about, right? Even in the 5v3 2 rounds ago, Techno still reflashes a third time into Con to clear water. Right there again, Blitz gets the trade in middle. What does he do? He pushes forward. Mongols are a very active team, and this map leans into that as well. Desperately seeking information.
It's also a little bit a matter of timing, right? If Vitality went straight away, it would have been just 9-10 on the bomb side, but the slight delay in probably organizing the round or making the call is enough for Mongols to find the kills.
Passive round here, 9-10. Got to be careful. Many players coming around the corner. He needs to at least nail the first shot. They pass close to the wall, and he doesn't take the shot. He tries to leave. Vitality punish that immediately, and that might be the round. I mean, Mongols don't want to accept it, but they might need to.
Yeah, it feels awkward because you know they weren't coming into this round with a lot. You want to hang around, you want to go for it, but Vitality aren't feeling pressure to give anything over here.
You don't even know they're by.
The longer you can play the numbers, the better. Senzu, can he thin the herd at all? If he doesn't get a kill soon, this one won't get attempted, but Senzu's opened up. Oh. That lends a bit of intrigue. However, Rop's coming up, Tech9 multi-kill. And that sends the Mongols out of the round with only one man surviving.
And you wish you saved. You wish you saved in the 4v5.
And this is one of those rounds where it's because they're playing Vitality, sort of, that this.
Yeah, I was going to say, you spoke about the fear, right, and how that sets in. That's what it felt like.
I don't know, perhaps it's the pressure of, you know, we don't want to give them around so easily. We want to still try and win this one somehow. That's against a different team. You know, they just take the L in this one and play for the following round because you still have the confidence. Okay, whatever, they want a force buy or whatever it is, we can still grind it out. We have good money, we have a good buy, but now it's a much worse situation for them. Mara steps in with a timeout. He did great in the game against Navi. With them, obviously, CT side Anubis and going up against Vitality. You know, man's a coach, not a miracle worker, but let's see what the plan is. Maybe not necessarily for this round, but the following gun round, because it does look like they will have to eco here or go for a sort of a half buy.
I think one of the things that gets tricky as well is that, like, Vitality in those low econ rounds do just love the set pieces into a bomb site, right? And if you're playing this CT side and every round you're trying to make these sort of aggro moves, you know, that ends with one or two things. Either you kind of run into the 5 players holding, or you're not heavy on the site they're execing on, as the Mongols were in that last round, and things get real awkward. Let's see what Senzu can do. As this full stack, including the boost up, Vitality will go walking into it. All the pistols here, but nothing found for the Mongols. This is looking nice and clean. Maybe we should set the bar for this CT side as well. What sort of scoreline could the Mongols be happy with here in this first half?
I think it just got lower considering they lost all that economy in the previous round. If they saved 4 guns, they would have still been fighting, trading back and forth perhaps, but now Vitality are going to be stomping to some degree. I think Mongols probably looking for 4 at this scoreline, and that would be nice. That would be enough.
Yeah, from this situation, 4 sounds good to them. Also, Apex, after 8 rounds, still on 0 kills.
Plans going...
Must be nice, you know, the calls are good.
Yeah. Just execing.
Saving himself for Nuke, where he has a bigger role.
ZywOo finding a lot of openings. Now the rifles contact in. This is a crazy call, and it's perfect right now. No one's even looking. The swing is nice. There wasn't an AWP to punish, but they're already out in the site. Techno swivels and takes another kill. 5v3. Mongols, last time they had this, it got desperately close. Apex enters the server. Rops burns for a 1, and this is starting to peter out now with 2 players on this B bomb site. Apex won't commit. Lot of room for the Woo. They should hear that scope. And there's the mid-round push. Blitz just dry through B main. They're even pushing A at the same time. Mongols are literally pushing every position they're in. Techno falls back from water. Scared of middle, and rightly so.
Yeah, they're creating the gap, really, for Vitality to exploit. Let's see if they make the correct call, and they are going towards the A bomb site.
The read is nice. Oh, heaven. Oh, he's going to miss this timing. Oh, no, if he tries to clear too much, they've really hit the gap right now. 20 seconds. He's open to everything. They spot him on the pillar. He still hits his first shot. Fiddling with nades right now. Apex will try and force a reposition, but the smoke buys him a few more seconds as his flank comes in camera. He's a dead man planting. Still a bit of money for Vitality, but Mongols get out with 3 alive. They'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah, something else that has a bit of a tendency to happen for Vitality on this map is I feel like their first sort of 6-7 rounds look really, really good, but then as the first half drags on, you'll frequently see CT sides start to find more success against them. And so that's why I don't think, you know, hope is dead yet for the Mongols in this half. If we were saying they'd be happy with 4, how would they feel about something like 5 or 6 rounds on this CT side? Still achievable if they're able to break through the Vitality bank accounts.
This is the big one if they want that sort of a scoreline, and let's see what the adjustment is from Apex. I like the sort of dry peeking into B. Definitely wasn't expected by the Mongols. Just couldn't find the frags.
Yeah. Felt like they were going to get them both, to be honest, but not to be. Boost in middle with no smoke down, just trying to come at it from a different angle. Mongols playing just the bomb sites, as we're seeing more and more these days. And just remaining cognizant that teams use mid-util. They're not going to walk dry all the way. So that should announce some presence. 910's checking camera on timing. So Vitality haven't crossed yet, but they're starting to realize this position is clear. Will this poison for the A split? If it does, Blitz has already started to mosey on over. Mezzi's left B. This is the A split right now. Mongols have the read. Can they hold on? No way they crunch mid.
ZywOo's just been waiting for that this entire time. And so yeah, right as the Mongols try to regain control over middle, it all gets stripped away. They peek into a holding entire team of Vitality. Flames doubles up. 910 AWP in the heavens. They've got past him. You got to start thinking about saving. And Vitality aren't feeling too merciful. They know it's 910 on this AWP at the end.
They've got him dead to
rights. They want to take it all away.
It's boxed in.
Oh, they're telling ZywOo he's close to him. They've also said they've hit 910. Neither of which of these things are true. But they know that he's here trapped. They know he can't go anywhere. And so it's about getting him when he tries to get away right as this bomb goes off. He knows that push is coming. And eventually this AWP will look to get removed. He's pincered ZywOo through the back. A well-orchestrated hunt.
Mongols just can't sit still, can they? Which, you know, it comes sometimes at benefit, sometimes at cost. If they sat on that AAA setup and they actually picked a nice setup with a crossfire, Vitality would have walked right into it. Instead, they try and force the fight dry in middle, and look what happens.
You know, if I was doing the desk for this game, I would just ask for the first reset round, round 5, and this round. And that's the story of the game so far. Mongols a couple of times in good situation, just the patience from Vitality really punishing the re-aggress, being ready for it, right place at the right time, and netting 2 of the most important rounds in the half outside the pistol.
And now that 4, that feels like a reach. Got to do it with double FAMAS and a M4, no kit, limited utility. And then the last round will be even worse. Scraps for the Mongols. This will get info, but it's a lot of resources at B right now. We might just see one player flank and the others back up.
But I mean, you know, like even this sort of push that they're doing right now is like the same thing as when they triple fight mid. That's kind of one of the issues with this CT Anubis. Sick flash from Mezzi.
Is that a lineup?
We'll be practicing that one.
UK flash.
Thank you. All right, there's 4 here, almost getting in time, but caught by Flamesy on the entry. Good grenade. How much further? Clean shots coming out for Team Vitality. Just making mincemeat of this hold. Oh, that's through the wall. That is straight up through the wall.
Right, this is one of the things that's so messed up about playing this Vitality squad. Is sometimes you will have the right read, you'll have the right stack, you're not overplaying your hand. You still get multi-killed on the entry as they pack roll your bomb site.
Dude, that's crazy.
This is the problem of the economy, right? The weapons that they had, you know, some 5.7, some FAMAS is not enough utility to counter, so you can break the timing of the execute, right? Like, okay, the smokes are still going to be there, but it won't be flashed. Like, that's what buys you time for the blindness to go away, and potentially even the Molotovs, depending on how much counter utility you use. But if they are getting, you know, their own timing for the execute and swinging with the utility, you know, you could see, as you said, they had 4 players there pretty much and still couldn't hold the bomb site. And again, on top of all of that, I mean, ZywOo's on the server, right? It just felt like, you know, in the 2000s, the NBA blocked a trade of Chris Paul, you know, to go to the Lakers. It feels like, you know, I don't know, E6 should have blocked drops from going to Vitality. It just feels so OP with him being on this team as well.
No, I mean, I think you're dead on as well, just about... Oh, hang on a sec, bit of a skirmish. You were saying, like... I don't remember the point I was going to make. I completely forgot. It's all good. Look, it's all about to be over anyway. The half is basically done. And it's a runaway T-side.
This has gone very wrong for the Mongols. They may have the man advantage, but the bomb is running back to B, and they've already got that B control. Apex is in the site. I think the realization's dawning on now, but the wrong side.
Wrong cleared.
Knife out! Oh, you hate to see it. Could have backstabbed him even. And now Vitality, of course, claw their way back in, looking for 9 on the T side.
One guy, half HP. That's all I'm saying. If I'm in this position.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I mean, maybe the stab is enough. Let's see. A stab in the dark on Apex, but it's ZywOo that's the big bad, the one you got to worry about, and he's looking to blow your house down. Holding on to the push out through dark. ZywOo's AWP delivers. Only 9-10 left standing. And this is looking like a 9-3 scoreline out of Vitality. Tap on the bomb. Molly comes in. It's a done deal. 9-10 with the spam. But there is no winning this round anymore. Vitality have made sure of it. That knife pull is going to haunt the Mongols as Vitality run away with this first half to start off this semi-final.
They're looking flustered, Harry. It must be time for a tactical timeout.
Yeah, it's time for a quick reset and a refuel.
Well, that's saucy.
That's creamy. Hey, did somebody call me? No.
Give me some of that.
Vitality are in a really good spot. There's no denying it. It's the Mongols map pick. They're set up 9-3. The Mongols left trailing behind. But this was always going to be a game about the second half when the Mongols get onto that T side, being able to have longevity, resilience in this series. That was a requirement when they signed up to play Anubis. It's got to start here and now in the pistol, though, as they do trail behind. They need to find instant success, or else they'll never really get the chance to play the T-half on Anubis.
Yeah, Harry, like you said during the break, you can't win Anubis in the first half. It's certainly true.
You can lose it, though.
Yeah, that's the oxymoron. We don't know how it works, but it just does.
Why are you calling Harry that?
It's a new nickname I'm working on. Flames focused, running forward, taking two. This is what they did to Liquid with a set flash from Apex, but despite that double in middle, everyone else falls. Vitality suddenly thrust into a weird one. They've got the bomb control. They've smoked off the site, but these Mongols players are coming through. Have no doubt about it. Julies will need to do it. Julies can do it. One more bullet onto Senzu, but the reload must come through. Not every day you see that. Fresh mags in. ZywOo goes back for more. He can't finish it. It's one bullet. ZywOo suppressing fire, oppressing fire, but he can't close the round. Somehow Senzu, a shot from death, saves the Mongols on their map pick.
Oh my god, I don't believe what we just saw. I don't know, ZywOo with the dual Berettas, but they win the round. The Mongols managed to defeat him. That's mad. A wild pistol to open up.
It feels like if he somehow won that round, we wouldn't have to play Nuke.
Yeah.
You know, we could just shut it down after Anubis, because
and say congrats, you made it.
It would have been crazy. Yeah, for a second I was like, why is Messi smoking? Ah, they have the C4, right? But still couldn't connect on the kills. Great flash from probably Apex for Flamesy to get the double kill.
He did that in the quarter against Liquid. He did the same pistol setup. Flames came through, killed like 3 or 4 players in middle. flash is perfect.
But the all-important second round, unlike the Mongols, Vitality goes for the full force. It would mean so much, you know, it puts you pretty much on 11 rounds if you're able to win this one, maybe even 12, so why not go for it? And
great flash.
Oh, and that just, it feels the worst for Blitz. The flash comes out, you know you're dead. You know there was a play behind that, so now they try to pick up the pace, get activated somewhere else after spotting two in mid. Flames with a late swing, times it to perfection.
No way.
Messi unable to get a fresh mag in time, but Techno will get run down. It's just Mazinho, 1v3, must-win clutch for Mazinho.
Can.
First comes in, goes looking for more, pincered between ZywOo and Rops. The two frontmen of Vitality deal a horrible round to the Mongols.
And the hype for Apex, because it's not just any other round. It's not just, oh, the 10th round in a dominant game. No, that's the round that stops the comeback right there in its tracks. Mongols' chance to build off of their pistol win prohibited by Vitality.
And it's so simple, right? I mean, just a flash play on timing to get some information. You get a kill on Blitz, who's supposed to put some pressure. And Mongols lose a lot of control with that, so they feel like, okay, let's just speed up, let's just get on with this B split. But when you do that, you obviously can't cover everything. You don't use all of your utility to save some time, and that was deadly for the Mongols.
A fate worse than death. Glock armor for Blitz.
The thing that's so mad was, like, as far as first rounds go, they actually didn't have a lot of util to begin with. It felt like they were counting on a play being made against them. And, like, the one area they weren't really prepared for that play in was mid. Everywhere else had, like, trade potential, at least. I mean, this is just giving Vitality a golden ticket to win this map, essentially. Force buy back up now for the Mongols, which if they lose, the next buy they get is when Vitality are on 12. And that would give them 8 chances to close out Anubis. And you can just tell they're brimming with confidence. Even this play from Flames now boxes them in down at dark, dropping through window. It's a very dedicated drop. He was looking for fights, and fights he gets.
But what did we talk about in the first half in that one round? Okay, Blitz has the bomb. Sorry, I just noticed, but Robs
I think it's okay.
Will beat him to it, beat him to the punch. He still didn't pick up any pistol. But about the round where Vitality was executing A, right? And the CTs didn't have the counter utility, and even though they had the numbers, they couldn't hold the bomb site. And look what one incendiary into Con did for Vitality in this one, right? Stops completely the split. The Con guys don't move. They decided to wait it out. I guess they didn't get the memo about the nerf. Flames, he drops down, gets a double kill, and the execute is sort of completely halted, right?
Yeah.
And the B main players are coming in through the smoke. You can't really utilize. They even had 4 flashes left, couldn't really utilize them, and just completely shut down.
Oof. Oof. Both players running.
Just as a sign of the times, by the way, this was a force buy for the Mongols. They put all the money in, and it's a 5 alive round for Vitality.
It's my game!
Oh!
Look at those triceps, Hugo.
They're so big, Yanko. He's jacked.
Did he actually just yell, "It's my game"?
It's my day.
It's my day.
Yeah.
I think it's my day.
I'm sure we'll get it.
Yeah, but that's why we said in the force, if Vitality is able to win it, they might win the game just then and there, because you see, right? Like, Mongols feel like they have to keep buying. They don't have anything.
It's my home now! It's my game!
It's my game.
Anubis is my home now. Because people keep trying to pick it.
Yeah.
You can try and punish Vitality. They'll beat you harder. 12-4. Third force in a row for the Mongols. Heads are rolling. Oh, what? He's not even on the screen. 5v2. Pack it up. In a box. Call it a grave for Mongols.
We don't know. He's mid player usually.
The mid player is mid. 1v3 for Blitz. Flames is already there. Will he be able to shut this down before it even begins?
Blitz knows that it's over. Surely they're both here. He's seeing a lot of util. He knows he's still walking into a stack. And so the Mongols, they were hoping that Anubis could be their way in. Maybe it still can be if Blitz can offer up this clutch. He's ready for it, but he can't nail the transfer. And in comes Mezzi to steal away Anubis. The perverse incentive, the Cobra effect in full effect right now as Vitality rise up. Their Anubis getting better and better, and now they've run away with this over the Mongols. They are now one map away from that grand final. To learn more from a loss, well, the Mongols have done a lot of losing to Vitality on this map. There's a lot of tape to go over. This is the one they could have been very prepped for heading into this series.
It's true. I mean, they've never taken even a map off of Vitality, so the odds are certainly against them. Vitality have played Nuke to great success in the last 6 months. 16 out of 17 games won for Vitality. Gonna send it. Flames hits the ground. He craters. He must. I mean, wait, how did he go 100-0 though with no assist? Did someone shoot him in the air? I'm lost. He dies, and so do the rest of Vitality. Just shot in the back. What the hell happened to Flames?
I don't know. What
you
did
think
happen?
An assist would show up, but does assist not show up when you crater?
No,
I can't tell you. It should.
I don't know. Was there a molly? I would looked away for a second.
I presumed he was one of the guys jumping, but
in any case, this is what happened last time around. Mongols win the pistol. They won the second round too, though Vitality equaled. So Vitality switches it up this time around, goes for a full buy. And last time around, they abused a lot the A bomb site, right? Whether it's a split from main or just a delayed A execute. That's where the problems were for the Mongols. This time around, Apex fast rush into Secret.
Oh. Kill for Rops. Now he's armed. Getting more dangerous by the second. Rops back onto the Tech 9. Will get run through, and Apex is unable to trade. So that force buy doesn't quite give the results over. Look good for a moment. But in the end, shoot up by Techno at the back of the site.
Someone needs to go, I'll leave it here, but someone needs to go in the demo and find out what happened to Flames, because I just watched it back. No one shot him.
I have no idea.
He went 100-0. I've never seen anything like it.
Maybe someone trolled him and bound one of his
keys to kill.
Keys to kill, right?
That's a good bit.
And he didn't press that button in warm-up, so the first time he pressed it was in the pistol round.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty tilting.
Yeah. Very interesting. Either way, Mongols given an opportunity here. Let's see if they can seize it against the Deagles. Grab this free round to find a 3-0 lead.
But yeah, last time around, it was sort of the A splits, Robs through doors, sometimes through the smoke. That's what Vitality, that's what their opening was. That's what their game plan was on T side. Even against half buys, they would rush the A bomb site. So let's see what the approach is this time from Apex and Xtaz, and how do Mongols approach their CT side, right? Do they put 9-10 a little bit more outside with the op? Do they put more focus on yard? I would expect a different approach from Vitality, right? To try to
Oh, he did get shot. Oh, wow. Okay. But that didn't look like it. It's crazy. Good catch.
Yeah, we had
I'm still confused. But yeah, it's surely made sense. Got headshot through glass, maybe? All right. Guns are out.
They saw Blitz, though. It's been communicated, so let's see if the call changes a little bit just to sort of deal with him and get that entry.
Walling in front of Secret. Apex still away. He could be in this corner. Oh, they've dropped a Molotov, so maybe we're going to see an attempt to burn Blitz out of position. Nate comes first for a bit of damage. Molly as well. It doesn't burn up here. This is a bug. Molly doesn't climb onto this box. We see a lot of players abuse this. So Blitz is fine in this corner, and you'd hope Vitality would know that. If they don't, they will go walking in.
This could get dangerous because they're becoming obsessed with just this position of Blitz and might lose sort of the feel for the round.
And Blitz has said, abandon me, leave me. They don't know I'm here right now. There's no one supporting him at this point. Mazinho is on timing, checking heaven and hell, but he's not really dedicating to fighting outside. He could flash Blitz into a play. 9-10. Up on the line, has to drop off. He goes back for more. Risky move, but it pays off.
Oh, Flames managed to get out past the util. 9-10 never knew. Shot in the side of the head, and that's opened up the route into lower. Senzu first on the scene, swings the doors open, but in comes that util out of Vitality. And so he'll have to slow down. Blitz now links up with him from Secret earlier on. The spam is real close, but bomb still gets planted. Vitality in with a chance here. Apex sandwich, Techno late on ramp. Flames right now has a lot of info as to where all these players are, but does that make dealing with this 1v3 any easier? Tries to isolate the ramp fight, but he can't get a bearing on Techno 4K. So the Mongols take that first rifle round. This is already looking far more convincing than what we got to see from the Mongols on Anubis.
Yeah, it did feel like a little bit, you know, they wanted to get the kill on Blitz. They knew he was there, spent a little bit too much time trying to do something outside. In the end, a good setup from the Mongols, ready for that ramp play, finding the kills. Also, I'd never give Rops the bomb to plant, you know, just let the guy play. If he was alive in the clutch, you always feel like there's some magic with him. But great start for Mongols, just what they needed after, you know, their own map pick went terribly wrong. Vitality on another buy.
Smooth.
Flames slow default.
He's trying to spot the yard, Hugo.
Yes, Harry. And Blitz has done it again, this time later. Through the smokes. That's a really ballsy call for Blitz. He gets into Secret. This is Vitality setting up. Grenades on the roof. Are they going to double HE something? Yes. Top silo, but no one nearby. Techno's in the rafters. Vitality still tempted by this upper site. Prodding. Ramp is always an option if you don't like what you see. But 9-10's AWP remains in this position.
He smokes it now, perhaps to simulate that, you know, there's a rifle there, because why would an AWPer throw a smoke? But we don't see any movement from the side of the CTs, right? They're content with their positions.
Oh, let him leave.
What's that one for them?
Nothing. Nowhere good. Maybe they're hiding inside of it. Let's see if it puts some paranoia in the way of Vitality. They don't clear above them. Techno gets 2 and Mezzi 1 Gs. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Vitality down 0-5 as the Mongols are here to play in the semi-final.
Yeah, the big difference is, the main difference for the Mongols, this new compared to last, is Blitz. And the information he gets from being yard, right? Like 2 rounds in a row, he's there. He sees that the smoke screen is exactly that. They're not actually going for any control towards the outside. That really gives confidence to his teammates. You know, they're knowing that the fight is going to come their way. And 2 easy shutdowns in these gun rounds for the Mongols, right? So that's why Vitality, they tried to switch it up themselves. They basically didn't go ramp last time around in gun rounds. Here they tried it in first time around. Second time seems that maybe they were dissuaded by the smoke.
Oh, this could get real awkward. Mazinho figures out too late that there's a lot of bodies in the ramp room. Vitality pumped the brakes. It feels like Zawu got a spot on something there. He looks way too interested in that corner, and they want to try and go hunt this 9-10 AWP.
Really good move for 9-10 just to pull all the way out. The Heaven player just needs to be aware they can come up the ladder. Vitality run, so it gives away the aim of the game. Should be an easy hold here for 9-10. First is a miss, but Vitality know they basically can't challenge that. They've got to go up the ladder. That's a death sentence in and of itself. Techno waiting right above. Vitality sneak back to ramp. 2B at the same time. There's no easy way in for Vitality. Flames give Zawu the gun. It's up to him to find this opening kill.
Senzu's going to be helping out from single door as well. Blitz is in a very strong position, but dead immediately on the first swing. Senzu also locked out on his push out through the single door. Vitality, this time they have Rops alive in the post plant. Missed shot from 910, and that seals his fate. It's all eyes on Techno. Moving it through ramp, Rops up close. This is the 1v1. Techno locks it in, but now he's very wounded. Full belt util. He's preoccupied trying to get all these nades out. Flames roots around the world. Bomb planted open. Every second counts, so even a fumble on the util like that adds to the stress for Techno 4K. Still, he makes it happen. Huge clutch up out of Techno, and the scoreline stays flawless.
10-0 on Techno. He lets them know. That is sickening. I thought he'd fumbled it every step of the way. He fails the smoke, dropping it. Flames fakes him out by flashing single and rotating all the way around, but it's the last couple of steps for Flames where he runs in that window. It gives Techno info. He plays it to perfection. 2 very close headshots.
Yeah, just a slight mistake from Flamesy in the end. I mean, I'm guessing he wanted to catch Techno as he's going for the defuse, but he didn't touch the bomb yet, so there was no sound cue. The time was running low. You have to play the time there. You can see Apex aware of it as well. Good timeout from Xtaz. I think, though, Vitality found the recipe for success in that round, which is slow it down, you know? Yeah. Like, let your players work the map a little bit. Don't have ZywOo having to push through smokes and mollies, you know, to hit A through HUD. Work hard a little bit, have some trades happen. Even if it's 3v4 for you, but you get good map control, you can still make something happen.
Mongolz still with the momentum in a momentous matchup. They're playing with confidence. Blitz swings outside. He's been going through these smokes. He's been disrespecting Vitality.
I wonder if Rops is going to find Mzinho as well, because I don't think he knows Rops is in that cubby, and they are going to go for a B-split through Secret.
910's up on the line. Jiggle. This time he hits it. There's the molly out of ramp. Rops challenges. Oh, I thought he would call it off there. He tries to get that kill while he can. Pulling back from the Secret, avoiding the AWP and going through main. They actually skip Blitz's position entirely, but he's still got an angle. Oh, he just gave it up. He just missed it himself. Spot for Rops. Might pull Vitality back into this top site hit through heaven. Seems like their best option.
This is a good call from Vitality, right? AWP is Secret, so outside is where you have the advantages. Let's see if Mongols are going to be aware of the flank. Techno completely unaware. Oh no.
Oh, don't throw it. And he got the spot. Right below. Mizzy almost gets it clean, but 2 for 2 with the plant in.
Still, even that's a bit frustrating. Right now you have to drop a player out of heaven. This round would have been safe if ZywOo got to stay up here, if Mezzy was good for that double kill. So now you really better come up trumps in this 2v2. That's a lot of damage done on a Rops. They're going to trade the guns around. 910 going to lead the way on this M4. Entrusting the AWP to Mzinho. Rops hits a blinder, and now it is just Mzinho. They're in the site. They're in here with him. Shadow spotted. He knows the ZywOo's close. That doesn't make dealing with the guy any easier.
What a bait for ZywOo. He runs forward, then just sneaks back, knowing he's never going to stick that bomb after that sound cue. Kill comes to him easily. And also, yeah, sure, the heaven post point is powerful. He wants to be there, but there were 15 seconds on the clock, and Rops is at door, tucked. They could be anywhere. He has to cross main and lobby. It just makes sense as ZywOo mollies heaven, drops in, gets that quick plant. It buys time for Vitality more than anything.
Such a huge lapse in communication from Mongols. I mean, that took a while, and that's where the gap is. Crazy that it wasn't communicated, or maybe it was, but Techno just didn't react to it. They will go right back to an aggressive setup on yard with 910.
And they're walking right by him. On the right side of red.
He's been looking real sharp as 910, but yeah, there's no substitute for that, right? No reaction speed to save him, just shot in the side as they walk past him out in the yard. 5v3. Vitality, it's taken them 6 rounds to break in, but they're looking to start their streak here and now. With 2 kills found outside, it put pressure on the rest of the Mongols to start making these moves. And as they move around, they're going into the crosshairs of Vitality.
This is where you don't want to count out Vitality from coming back into this half, right? We're starting to look at the money of Mongols. It's not great. Even this save would make a world of difference. And Vitality are going to be shooting for 6 here after finding back-to-back rounds. And they might find all the kills as well. Insult to injury. Perfection in this one. 5 alive. The Mongols don't have a lot to say about this. They might just buy. That's the kind of team the Mongols are here. They could get 3 guns.
Yeah, but you could see as soon as Vitality switched to playing just a little bit more default, playing slow, right? Not overthinking the counters and the mind games, they found success. They just have the players for it, right? I mean, they have the more experienced players. ZywOo and Robs, I'd take them 2v7, let alone, you know, in a 2v3 situation. I mean, those guys are just so good. And it also gives you an opportunity to take things step by step, right? Get a little bit more information going before you have to make a decision. And you could see after the entry kills, they got 3 free kills, pretty much.
They actually use the smokes as well. So many rounds Vitality have thrown the smokes and either have 1 or 0 players moving in front or behind them. And this time it's just a full pack play, contact behind the smokes. So 910 gets completely caught off. He's now scouting the silo. Robs putting a lot of pressure on for a solo player in lobby. Again, Vitality uses smokes. And again, they make it down. Oh, I was going to say unscathed, but that is not the case. Blitz shoots them through and finds ZywOo over the top. A lot of damage for the captain of Mongols to start this round.
Mezzi also on only 10 HP. A lot of damage done there by Blitz, but they don't have anyone towards the B-bomb side. Do they think this is just a fake? But then it would have been Apex, not ZywOo, so now Mzinho starts going down, but he won't be enough to defend this, and Mongols are still in danger of losing this round.
Can he get inside in time?
Oh, that's
like
so awkward. Just caught out in no man's land. Apex gifted an opening. 910 scout takes a lot of damage in the molly. Apex racks up another in the meantime. Senzu, good door swing, looks for a little bit more. Senzu, can he restore normality? Because Robs still late from the lobby, and Apex clearing up around the vents keeps that path to rotate open for Robs. They both get down lower. Smoke getting deployed for Senzu, but times are getting real desperate here for the Mongols. On the defuse, it's the 10-second stick. Nothing connects for Robs. That's a bit of a disaster.
I don't believe it.
You think he's off the bomb now. Senzu, 10 seconds. Pros don't fake. He sticks that defuse. And Vitality of the round robbed from underneath them.
Apex never even tries. He trusts Robs. Apex got 4 kills in the round. He really thought the Robs would be able to get him off the plant, or the defuse rather. But 10-second stick in the smoke. No spam connects. Apex doesn't even think to check. Oh, that's an ugly round to lose because it was Vitality trying to break back into this game. And I thought Mongols had lost it just by virtue of not jumping on that bomb earlier with 2 lurks in the round for Vitality. They let them get so close. Still, this stick keeps them in this game, but the money is up for debate. It's got to be the AWP and the rifle keeping Mongols in this half.
Another opener out of the 910 AWP. And so another 5v4 for the Mongols to work with. Flames going back to line up the outside smokes. Wonder if Apex wants to try walking a main off of these, right? The rest of the team sat up back in the lobby. Trying to get him across, though, all the way in a secret, and he does beat that nade timing.
He heard
the spot on him out in the yard, and now he will root into garage. Right now, Vitality are lending time to Apex to make his play.
This could go disastrously wrong for the Mongols. They are not even considering it. He heard them run into main after they cleared the smokes. He knows he's got the golden goose of timings.
Well, they're about to clear out through Secret. Walking up right now is Blitz, but he only cleared behind Red. He didn't commit fully. He didn't full clear outside. And now, as he has, Apex has made it up into heaven. Rops forces the opener. Apex head on a swivel. Rolls back the ears. 2 fights, same time. Dan's got it. And they even ready for fight number 3. Sure, Mazinho gets that late trade onto Apex, but he's already won the round for Vitality. Full faith in the captain, full faith in his timings, and they stick the landing.
Style points on that one. Mazinho still fighting here, high risk. Does manage to find ZywOo. That might make them turn around and just go pick up the ore, play their own money. They're on the comeback, remember. Vitality don't need to risk everything in this round. But they want to go for it.
They should hunt him because there's no money for the Mongols. This op would be great and Vitality can figure it out. So that was worth it in this situation. They only have 1400 loss bonus, right? So they can't get anything close to an op if they can find this kill. This could be probably a 7-5 half.
Yeah, that's still weak as far as Vitality concerned.
And again, Vitality, even though they're a man down, they find the gap, right? Apex, great play from him. Vitality only has 1 opening kill in the first 10 rounds. So these rounds are hard to come by, and they absolutely need to win this one. They finally have the Mongols on the back foot.
But these rounds can often be harder than you give them credit for. Pistols round corners. Vitality make the move of going outside. They avoid this entirely.
Yeah, I love that they're playing so grouped, right? Oftentimes, if you kind of get a bit strung out in this type of round and you lose that first fight, that's where things get really weird. You're suddenly scrambling, whether that's for trades, whether that's to group up in the 4v5, and that's where mistakes get made.
Or even a lobby push, right?
Yeah.
You can expect Mongols buying here, but if they ran at you lobby and you're all there, you could get run over. That's why it's so nice to have Rops in this team, because he's just going to solo anchor that spot, and Rops in lobby alone is very dependable.
There's 1 kill. Down for Blitz.
Oh.
But it's a good collapse on this B site, and that's facilitated just with the sheer number of players Vitality had on the cross. Can Mazinho make this interesting? That 1 kill, he goes hunting a little bit further.
I do like Apex's eye for the game. Even there, just he's not afraid to run down that player in lower who he knows is feeling pressure, getting pushed in single door, goes out into the site, and Apex just runs, opens double, doesn't let him reposition, gets the kill, closes the door. Just trapping that player.
And for the final round, the Mongols don't have a much better buy, right? And the problem in these rounds, like you guys talked about sometimes, is, you know, the scout gets 1 kill outside or someone gets 1 dig. You know, on a map like Nuke, you throw smokes outside and a scout or a deagle from Secret gets a 1 dig. If he kills, let's say, someone who's not an outside player, that's also a lot of information for the CT. So then they can take calculated gambles, calculated risks. That's what makes those rounds tricky. But Vitality handling it well so far.
The breakthrough has just been using these smokes with groups. The first 5 or 6 rounds was just Apex outside. Now just everyone crossing, garage, main, secret. This has been the answer for Vitality. This is the biggest threat they've met though in secret. 2 players on a crossfire. The Shadow gives Flames warning. Is he ready for Techno?
I like the Flames has been more at the tip of the spear as well in these last few rounds. It felt like early on he was alive in a lot of the sort of clutch moments, and I think you can tell that he's more of a guy with an affinity for the early round than the late round with how some of the clutches tried to pull off. Mazinho, that was a wild shot. He was even ready for the swing out from control room, gets away with the tag. ZywOo doesn't want to face this now. Rops is still very, very far away. And there's only 30 seconds left here. No plant yet either, with the bomb dropped over at double.
Haven't even picked it up. It's outside the door. 910's just got himself stuck in the site. What a great position. Can they get it? They've got it now. They don't check above them. He took the timing to get involved and get in the sight. 15 seconds. This one is dead as a doornail. Only Robs is a clutch player, but this is too much for one man with no time. Mongols do piece together a strong half. 8 rounds on the CT side as Vitality get caught sleeping, flustered by the end.
Chad.
My name is Sponge! And this one is loaded. I can tell by its weight.
I see. And that's your firearm, Birchill? You're sure?
My initials are on this side. There's a dent in the barrel from where Existence shot at me. You're not gonna fuck with me this time, Doctor!
Then blast away, because that's the only way you're gonna get to live this lie. Your aim, Chad, has always been dog shit.
My aim? What have you done to my goddamn aim?
It's dog shit, Chad. We're telling you the truth. Your gameplay was mid, bottom fragging, suicidal. Your rating sank, but you blamed away. Ignored what everyone told you. You moved to Europe and purposely set HTTP databases on fire, but they recovered the statistics.
You're lying! I'm absolutely crack! I'm absolutely crack!
Chad, your stats! Your stats, Chad! Katowice, 2014. Cologne, 2014.
What about Cluj?
Ah, yes. Farming Devil Walk. Well done.
Where's the Titan game?
Congratulations, Chad. I heard the Titan game went very well.
These individuals for Renegades have shown up today. They're outplaying many of the Titan players.
Fox MNO will get 16-1, and they will be going home with that map haunting them.
I'm so sorry, baby. Don't listen to them. Their CS knowledge is just not that deep. They've cherry-picked the negatives. You didn't have as much space in your roles. They need to talk shit to stay relevant. Just like that other ugly hater.
Monacy wants to win right here, right now. It's crazy. The Mongols have a shot at redemption in this semi-final. Vitality's map pick, a map that is cropped up every time these teams have gone head-to-head. One that the Mongols have never bested Vitality on. Well, they had a lot of success in that first half. 8-4 up on the back of a strong CT side showing. It all started with winning the pistol, and from there, strength to strength for the Mongols. Very light buy for this T-side pistol. There is next to nothing in play. It's armor as they barrel out through the ramp. 5 sets of it. This is going to be a brawl from the Mongols.
Rob's in a fantastic position, but he needs to pick his shots wisely. Already headshot in the first. He nails 2 in the final tick. Apex trapped in the door. They come together. He can't get a kill. It's a bloodbath down in the halls of B. Mongols running round. Mezzi shuts them down. It's only Senzu. 1 shot. Flames finds it. Vitality are back in.
And you can see how much they celebrate. They know how important that pistol was. Would have been very difficult to close it out in 2 if they lost the pistol round. And very straightforward for Mongols, 5 armor. But Mezzi doubles his kills, only 2 kills in the first half. Big step up. Props somehow had time to get 1 more as well.
It's unreal. Mezzi's P2K delivers so much, as it often does. I like the Mongols taking eco, a team with a proclivity to force, obviously in late game like we saw on Anubis. But this is the chance of just buying the third.
Yeah, I think they're
out by Vitality.
I think they're one of those teams that it's also a little bit score dependent. You know, whether they feel they have to do it or they have enough of a buffer to wait for the AKs.
Vitality trying to keep as many alive as they can. ZywOo backs up low. And, you know, part of this next round buy, it's going to be better than Vitality's, right? 2 SMGs, a FAMAS. That's the hope for the Mongols here. Not overplaying this, though. Vitality want these kills. They're not getting given them. Glock goes over red.
I really like that ZywOo swapped out his position with Robs, who's full HP, right? Because just 1 player dying is a huge difference compared to 5 alive. If you lose 1, then if you lose the second one, it's, you know, whatever. But if you can keep 5 alive, it's a huge plus.
Mongols know that too. That's why they're not afraid to really try and milk that round for any damage they can. Vitality do not give them the opportunity. It is that 5 alive round they were looking for. This CT side having its second win.
I said this in the first half. 16 out of the last 17 games on Nuke, Vitality have won with this core, which is an insane statistic. Just blemished by 1 loss to MOUZ back last year. I think it was at Rio. So don't count them out of a comeback here. Even though it's their T sides that are often do a lot better.
Last time they played, the Mongols had success just working yard and they were going secret a lot. Kind of the opposite of how Vitality open a game. You can see no smokes, right? They feel like they have the advantage with the weaponry.
Oh my. Crisp shot from Mizzino. And they've cleared Apex as well. Probably deeper than Apex is ready for, given he's wide on that angle with an SMG. It's going to be a tilter as they pull back. Mongols just want a group 5 lobby.
You just don't want to overcook this round, right? 5v3. This would be an unforgivable round loss for the Mongols, so they're just going to try and group up back in the lobby, play together. They leave Mizzino to his own devices over at Secret.
When you have a 2-man advantage, you can afford to send 1 scout out, so to speak, right, to put some pressure and perhaps find the stack, because that's the one thing you want to avoid. You want to avoid going into 3 players being somewhere together. So let's see if that happens for the Mongols.
Gotta check Flames. Tucked in. They go hut.
Blitz is low on health. He's the guy carrying the bomb. He's actually just dropped that over. Trying to avoid any awkwardness as they get ready to hit this top site. They get past Mezzi for free. They know that Flames is here. They have him boxed in, and Robs can't find a thing. So it's a good return to form for the Mongols once those guns come out.
Sharp, just really sharp for Techno. He was the guy yesterday. He put on a monster game against Na'Vi. At Mirage, 22-8. Not even meant to be the star of this team. But anyone can step up for the Mongols when the time is right, and the time is right now, as they've given the opportunity to break Vitality's money deep in the game. A little gimmick to start the round with nades into the main. Vitality come with their own tricks, flash into ramp. I think the Mongols would have heard that. Gonna go back outside.
For the Mongols, this round feels like it carries the weight of this entire map on its shoulders. they pick up this win, there's a world where that AWP never even gets to make an appearance for ZywOo on Nuke. But to do that, they've got to get past this hold from Rops in at ramp. He only is good for one. As his fast rotate, ZywOo, first man on the scene, ahead of the util, holding on, wrestles with that M4 and destroys the Mongols on the ramp pit.
Ow.
They've been worried about him donning that AWP, but ZywOo's rifle is what does them in.
How does he make it look so easy as well?
All eyes on the captain now as he moves in. ZywOo on that line, commanding hold over the ramp room from the star of Vitality.
Just nothing like that guy.
And I mean, I want ZywOo to be the driving force behind a comeback here if Vitality are going to do it. He's been having a great tournament. After finishing his lowest ranking on the Players of the Year last year, third, by the way, he's got a point to prove. Well, he's currently sat #1 rated player of the Pro League. His competition, Donk and Monacy, both getting overtaken and now eliminated.
There it is.
Time is there for ZywOo to have his time in the limelight. 2 kills from his rifle. ZywOo has finally landed in this semi-final second map. He is destroying the Mongols. It's only Techno left. Makes it down through the vents, but they are giving chase. Right in behind him. Techno knows he's being put in a box here. Swallowed up by all of Vitality. As they drop down lower, they chase that bomb, they deny the plant, no money made for the Mongols, and now it's a 1-round game.
Yeah, I don't want to sound the alarm before this is truly won by Vitality, right? Mongols are still in the lead in this map, but yeah, this would be a heartbreaking loss to lose just this way with a lead like that on Nuke, with such a strong reset shown after getting blown out on their pocket pick of Anubis to surprise Vitality in this series. And this is a team that has never taken a map off of Vitality over numerous series. That surely can't continue forever. Mongols were right on the edge. They just took down Na'Vi to get here to the semis. They are in a studio. They don't feel the pressure of a stage. But right now, Vitality are crawling back to first place.
I think those 2 rounds also show you the sort of renewed confidence that ZywOo is playing with, right? Like, both of those moves are risky, but he knows he can win his team the round by making them, and goes for it. It was the same thing he displayed in the grand final against Spirit in Katowice.
And then you have this guy at the end after ZywOo's made his ballsy plays. You've got Rops, the Rock, to lock it all in.
That angle is...
Keep the round safe.
That angle's just anti-aim. We can't kill them in that corner. We can't see any more dry ramp hits at this point for Mongols if they're going to go back to that position. They've been punished twice. That was a throwaway. It was just Eagles.
And now it's a little bit tricky for the Mongols, right? Because to get shut down yard, that ramp play, also just by individual prowess from the side of Vitality. But if I had to call something, I would probably go back to the yard play they wanted to do when ZywOo was behind red, right? Because first of all, chances of someone being there again aren't high. It's very spawn dependent playing that sort of a setup. And you want to win a slow round before you really change the pace. You always want to win off of a default before you do something pacey, but the Mongols perhaps have something else in mind.
ZywOo didn't have the best spawn. Gonna get that deep molly in, which slows him down a little bit. He will be looking to challenge outside after the main spam, not fearing that anyone has dropped down the vent. It's Flames who, in fact, falls into that position. So they know Mongols haven't crossed. There's no smokes to talk about. But they might be later in the round. Mongols make it to red. Apex has been supplementing flashbangs for ZywOo to fight. And with Flames also coming into position, this could be a threatening cross. They've got to be very careful. ZywOo doesn't rush the nade. It's Apex, in fact, blocking it. Mongols are in no hurry. But this is their goal. This is their destination. Right down secret. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, he hit his head. He got stuck or something.
That's really awkward. That's also a lot of info. And now Flames forward position. They line up for him. From bad to worse for the Mongols. This slow cross in a secret only served to waste time and give over those openers. Now they have to go back to the drawing board in a 3-on-5. And Vitality have no reason to overplay their hand here. They can stay in the sights, they can tuck in, play crossfires. That's a big info spot for Mezzi as he sees them setting up over towards the hut. He goes looking for that trade. Huge pickup. Wow. Oh man, 3 kills in the blink of an eye. The Mongols have battled back in. This was 5v3 for Vitality. And it might just end up being a save. The round might be over. Flames on the rotate up through Secret. Looking to see if they give him anything, any reason to go for this round.
They've got money. I'd like to see them poke their head in, go for a kill. But no. Is it just a late, sneaky heaven drop? Flames running away.
Don't have that be the kill that tempts them back in.
Right below you, Robs. He's not going to look down. Flames up the ladder. They hear him coming, and they get the trade. They were going for a Flames run hell and to CT, and Robs drop in last second. That looked like the plan, but Mongols give them the fight. If anything, it wins Mongols the round. What an unbelievable 3-on-5. Just walking out upper. I can't even really say if anyone massively overplayed it. Vitality just go for standard fights.
Yeah, but you see that fight from Mezzi, that's not the fight you necessarily want to be in a 5v3. I understand that if it's a 4v4, 5v5 scenario, you really wanted to have some sort of a bait setup where you can guarantee at least getting some kills. But still, only 1 player left alive for the Mongols. Right now, maybe they have to do something a little bit more pacey. There's 2 Mac 10s in play, so perhaps that was the call. Although Mzinho did sell his, and he goes for an AK and just a smoke.
It has definitely been some choked rounds in this game for Vitality.
Yeah, I have a kit. I don't we can do ninja. Yeah, okay, we can try.
Okay, yeah, they were going for the ninja. Not to be. Mongols with the lead. Money on the line. Again, these early smokes land even earlier than before, so the call must be in again that these players could have crossed, and Blitz has. He's beat that Molotov. Robs is playing, jiggling, and ready to block.
But you can see, right, the plan from Vitality is basically almost always someone is secret, right? They understand that's what Mongols, that's what worked for them last time around. So, okay, let's play against that. Let's see what they will do this time around. Will they adjust? It was a little bit of a switch up. Blitz is there to draw attention to himself, to put pressure on Secret, and then they want to do an A split. So he can't die here without applying some good pressure first.
Already, it feels like he's done a great job drawing a second player down. Flames tucked in at the vents. Now, if Blitz's grand idea is to try and come back up, that will spell his death. And Flames actually makes the heads-up play of checking the rest of Secret. Now he's flying up the vent, ready to get here in time for the A-hit. Softens them up, makes life a little easier for Apex. It's 3-man stack for Vitality in this top site. Rop's also ready to bust up the vent through the back line, catches Techno. It's just Senzu, and ZywOo's ready for that flank.
Oh, it feels like Senzu changed his mind. He was coming in on main with his team, but then he bailed to go for the long wrap outside, and his team were playing. They were pushing outdoor, they're pushing out huts. Would have loved a few more seconds bought by the Mongols to give Senzu that flank timing. Instead, by the time he arrives, they're all dead.
I think one of the worries there, though, right, is like their first point of contact was Flames, the guy that killed Blitz on B, flying up the vent into them.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know your window's closing.
Oh, come on. Back to ramp.
Oh, this has not been working very well for the Mongols. Flash dodge out of Rops, controls the spray.
Give it up.
Gets out with 2. Nade's going to find the final man. It's just 9-10 left in this. Boom. Nade rains in, and there's the crushing blow. Vitality finally move into the lead on Nuke after this hellish game of tug-of-war. And it's the Mongols playing with their backs against the wall for here to the end of the game.
Yeah, both rounds Mongols have won on this T side have been reset immediately, and Vitality have gone on streaks multiple times. So this is a very hard game to win now for the Mongols. Double AWP finally coming in out of nowhere as well. Interesting decision.
one of the scary things about this nuke is for Vitality, sure, their T side is usually way stronger than what we got, but if anything, their CT side, because they so often pick nuke, and that comes with the caveat of starting T, they just play more T side rounds. That is where they pick up most of their rounds usually in a matchup here. But the CT half gets slept on a little because you only see them on it for 5-6 rounds every time this map crops up. I have a lot of ideas, a lot to fall back on, but this space taken from Blitz is nice, and there's no ignoring that. This time, not taking the routing in towards Secret, instead going Garage. Rops waits in at the ramp room. This time doesn't have his trusty M4, holds it instead with the second AWP. Lands a leg, but it was all designed to bait the shot from Rops. That's given them the opener.
Yeah, Techno had already crossed, they had no idea, so the jump just... Even with it, Rob thinks he has a second timing to get another shot off before he has to fall. Apex must concede this ground, and so that gives Mongols a chance to go B, but they can also mid-round with this. With the position of Blitz, options are open. Apex doesn't know. He will not know until it's too late. Unless... No.
Oh, I mean, Apex is in a weird position. He's having to consider everything with no room hell, no room ramp.
Wait.
Still, Vitality have players in the right position, all three over towards this top site. The time is now for the Mongols to drop lower.
Oh, they're faking to go back up, or they're going back up. There's still one more player here.
As he got the spot. They've seen him, though.
Big kill.
And getting past the one man actually in the site now with Heaven to play around. Vent controlled. There's no way back into this for Vitality.
Yeah, got to save. Locked out from position, even with the money being okay. You're looking at all 24 rounds of reg. Mongols make it happen. That was a scary fake, right? Imagine if a B player was pushing up on a ramp flank. That could have been the bomb lost alone. But 910 goes back, throws a molly, forces that second vent rotation, which is all Mongols wanted. A weaker A site. Mezzi can't hold his own. Vitality fall.
I think also a small tidbit about a round like this, you know, when you go double op and there's an op on ramp, you want the other op to make himself known, right? Preferably somewhere far away. So then they get baited into going ramp because, okay, the op is not there, we can, you know, trade with the AKs, and then the opper on ramp gets a free kill. ZywOo was in secret the whole round, really didn't fire off a shot, so they were prepared for Rops, or not necessarily Rops, but a player opping ramp.
He actually went main and shot door at the very start of the round before he dropped secret. So I guess enough time had elapsed that they could have even read the he'd be ramp as well. But it's still crazy they're ready for Rops in that position, who goes back for it, by the way. Another orb appears.
All right.
Rifling's been fine on ramp.
I mean, yeah, he said many a multi-kill in this position on the M4.
They wanted to go ramp, they've been blocked. So back to outside. The smokes are down, and no one is playing them. Vitality have been throwing nades at this position, but you always got to be aware there are timings.
They'll be happy about this because, okay, they used the HEs, we didn't want to play outside, and now when we do use the smokes, they won't have utility to break it, so we can make them more paranoid.
If they do another wall, perhaps, Senzu and Blitz really could right now. Some smokes do go out. A wide wave. The second test of Rops' ramp orb.
I mean, this time it has to come up for Vitality.
Oh, it's perfect.
Once more, he is bested with that second orb over in ramp. So the door has opened up for the Mongols. Sight setting towards lower. The 910 AWP cracked the round open. Can it take it one step further? Because Flames gets entrenched in time. Lands a dink to open. 910 watches on with that AWP.
Oh dear.
Knowing that one more kill would tee them up for this round win, and he's going to deliver it through the boxes. 910 orb. Shot is intercepted. Techno soaked it up. That's a bit of a disaster. That could have been a kill confirmed onto Apex. Now things get weird. 3-on-3 given over. There's a lot riding on this round.
Oh no, he's
planting open. Apex could deny this right now, but Senzu watches on. Bomb plant located. ZywOo and Mezzi left up in this one. They're split up on the approach. The double AWP now in the hands of the Mongols in this post plant. And all the hopes of Vitality rest on the shoulders of ZywOo, but a lot of time ticked off this bomb already. Dink to open on the tech, double swung. They'll seal the deal. Map point locked in for the Mongols. One more round would take us the distance in this semi-final.
Why are they going for it in the 2v3 though, right? I mean, they're out of position, they're nowhere close to the bomb site. And they needed to save those guns. Like, sure, ZywOo has a lot of money and can buy an AWP and drop one more gun, but you know, some of his teammates, someone will have to take a hit and play either with an MP9 or Apex already has a FAMAS.
Hey, if he dies, he doesn't have to buy Rops another AWP. This was, again, perfect counterplay to the second AWP. They read it again. The crouch into the deep peak. And the double AWP does no favors for Vitality, but the post plant, it wins Mongols the round. They pick it up, they put it to use. Great cover on that plant despite Apex's reposition.
I'm just saying it would have been crazy if Vitality won that round, because the only reason Apex survived is 9-10 hidden through Techno.
Techno walked in front.
That's how Apex got the kill on Techno and didn't die to 9-10. So it would have been a wild sequence of events. I think Apex a little bit frustrated that his teammates didn't rotate towards the B bomb site earlier, but it all comes down to this. Will Vitality be able to prolong Nuke, or are we going to see Inferno? And interesting to see timeouts back to back. I think Xtaz took the first timeout, then Mara used his last one for this round too, so really needing that extra time to sort everything out.
An imperfect buy for Vitality. An opportunity for the Mongols to take their first map win against this team ever.
Watch Rops find a multi-kill now with an MP9. And he did nothing with the AWP for 2 rounds.
Oh, 9-10 takes his AWP to a new position.
And you blame him for
this time clashes with ZywOo out in the yard, who's not done after the first. Even goes back in, tries to double dib. ZywOo really trying to press every advantage Vitality need it. They're hoping for overtime here, as the Mongols stand on the precipice of doing something they've never done before, taking a map. And it would be very notable that it's Nuke as well, the Vitality go-to in this series and in most of the games they play.
Oh, that smoke. He's not hidden inside of it. Bloom's by his side. ZywOo a little boxed in right now. They put the pressure on. He sees both. He goes back for more. The ego on ZywOo, and he nails 2. It's still up in the air, and then suddenly Blitz thrust into darkness. 1v3. He's got the bomb. He's got position. He's got the element of surprise. You may as well put that plant in.
He will have a bomb plant to play around. Moving away, he even manages to get out. The AWP at ramp, Rops on the second AWP again, found as a potential kill to give this all away. Rops has been bested every time he's looked to don that second AWP. Well, that one kill gifted to the captain of the Mongols. Be enough for Blitz to snatch this all away. He has Vitality in check right now. Defuse being held. Mezzi is on this. Mezzi's sticking it, and Blitz never takes the peak. 1v3 denied as Mezzi sticks the defuse.
Bottom performer in the server just runs right past the AWPer and puts the bomb away. Smoke stick kit, and Blitz doesn't even consider it. What a ballsy move to make. And a nice try for Blitz, undeniable.
The final kill of the game, the one that could have decided it all. Vitality's pawn turns into its king.
Nice, boys.
And we're back on. I felt like we needed more rounds for entertainment, if nothing else. Apex, what a move. No one's done this all game.
Even this starts to feel rough now for the Mongols, right? You had a golden opportunity to close this out here and now. Be on Inferno, warming up for it already. Instead, it's extra rounds. And they've taken Vitality to overtime before.
And they all passed, and he has no idea.
Yeah, they walked it.
This could actually be even worse for Vitality. He hears Senzu, obviously, but he's not even going to get that kill. He's flanking, but I don't think he's communicating to his team for someone to go B, really.
but mollies are still being thrown. They just gave up their position in secret. So there's some information, and Apex is calling he's got a kill. He will have a kill. There's no way Senzu's playing before Apex is in position. Just needs to take it, and he doesn't hesitate. 5v4, a second in the lobby that may be unexpected.
Someone else should go B though. But it's tricky because they don't have secret control, so Valens could be held.
Oh, double molly. More than enough info.
Still, I think this is where Techno could look to seal the deal. That is a wild shot. Late on his ramp blood. Blitz nails Apex on the rotate in through secret. ZywOo even going back to try and flush Techno out from this lobby flank, but this is wasting precious time. And even though he's given the opportunity, Techno doesn't miss a beat.
Insane shot.
That's a crazy round. You could see the predicament in which Vitality was in, right? I mean, they got information that Mongols were already down secret, but they were so deep B that you can't rotate through vents. You haven't cleared lobby fully because Apex just killed Senzu at the start of lobby.
Terrorists win.
And then Techno from ramp finds 2 crucial kills. If he were to die there, then Vitality absolutely 5v3. They're going to go for it and have a good chance of retaking the bomb site.
Yeah, just like you were saying, with Apex not having the info, I think maybe you're expecting maybe 1 down, Blitz has crept in, but having 3 Ts in secret ready to commit to a B hit, Vitality is just not positioned for that. ZywOo gets double blocked by Molotovs.
It was also just a very decisive B hit with all the util to make it happen, right? If you contrast that to some of the B plays that Vitality had in the first half where things went way too slow or hit like this jarring halt once they got down there. None of that from the Mongols.
As he pushed Hut. He pushed Hut to kill a guy back lobby. That's a hell of a display at 9 and 15.
Oh, and the difference in this one is even though the Mongols have traded that kill for space at secret, Flames gets down here early. This time they have that player to rotate through the vents.
Very lucky. He just falls off that ledge in time. Smoke block. Apex tries to make it weird outside. Oh, don't think he got seen. They make it down. There's still this back garage players. Apex is kind of wasting his position here. They peek in. Flames very loud about that move. And this drop noted by ZywOo. 4v2 and they know where they are.
You know, there's still weirdness in this round, though. The addition of Rops being actually in the site should make this a safe bet for Vitality. And that swing and a miss out of 9-10 makes it so. It feels like for Vitality, they're aware they've been a little slow, a little lazy in getting these bodies down towards lower. I like that Flames instantly, after that kill into the lobby, straight up vent drops in response to the outside smokes.
But he shouldn't do it again, though, right? No, because a couple of times now, Mongols died to Flamesy, right? Flamesy is the A player, the sort of door player, right? So that's information for you that they are leaving A site weaker to rotate down to secret. So now for the Mongols, you know, the sort of counter to that is, okay, throwing the smokes, putting pressure secret, but actually just exploding onto the A bomb site while they're occupied towards yard. And let's see if Vitality is 1 step ahead of that, if they expect some sort of an adjustment and how they'll open. The last round of the first half of the first overtime of Map 2, the semi-final, ESL Pro League Season 21.
Damn right. Couldn't be clearer for our audio-only listeners. They're still out there, I'm sure. Oh, full blind. Or head-to-head ZywOo. It's been picking up steam the hotter this game gets. Getting the break, but Mongols have actually almost never been caught by these breaks. They delay it every single time. They let 2, 3 HEs sometimes pass before they cross. And they 1 player runs and 3 shift Yanko, giving false information the way of Vitality.
Well, incomplete information.
Vitality have cleared lobby, though. They fully aggroed through hut, they pushed ramp, and so that was the other way of gathering this info, right? You don't need the eye test of, oh, here they are down in B, we've counted the numbers. You figured out where they are by piecing together where they weren't.
So many B rounds in this game from the Mongols, rarely hitting that top side, and Vitality is starting to figure it out.
Very out there position for Robs. Still, ZywOo keeps this in Vitality's favor. That shot just over the head. Looking for even more is ZywOo as he's trapped in the control room. His teammates only just arriving. ZywOo keeping the pressure on, but he was a one-man army for the longest time, and that plant will come in for the Mongols. You don't want to give up this 4v2, Vitality. Just Mazinho left. And Apex, the one to seal the deal, denies that clutch, wins out that round for Vitality. They put together a winning CT half in overtime.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit paranoid about, you know, some lurker or Mongols going back A because of that one round from regulation. But they do take care of business. And that position from Robs, it feels like that's the only way to counter it, to come from both sides at the same time. Because of the elevation, you just have such a big advantage. Your opponents can't see you when you can already start shooting at them. All right, double up now for the CT side.
Didn't work for Vitality. Will it be any kinder?
Because they weren't doing it right, Hugo. Mzinho will show them.
Okay. I'm waiting. Both AWPs start ramp.
Double AWP, both ramp. One obviously drops down towards B. Sitting on silo like this, I feel like you will have one of these players looking for this secret fight.
Something changed. He chooses not to go for it. Call comes in. They're not actually playing outside. Vitality have all the room right now. Oh, that perfect smoke to get them in main. Options open up for Vitality, and Flames makes new ones creeping through.
Is he ready for back garage? Blitz likes to play here. But he's concealed himself. Oh, Flames just gets the spot, but awkward timing. 910's been waiting all around with this AWP down at lower. That was the bomb spotted as well. A bounty of info for the Mongols. Now they know they have Blitz trapped in the back of garage. Right now, Vitality are tunnel visioned on looking for this late trade. Flash goes in, dodged by Blitz. Still, Apex delivers it. 3 on 4. That AWP has actually rotated up from lower. Through the vent. And the bomb is still down there on the back of ZywOo. 2 kills picked up out in the yard. Leave this round just on the shoulders of the ZywOo AWP. Plant found down at lower. But he can hear the Mongols encircling. Door swung wide, takes the attention away. ZywOo tries to battle forward, leaves it to Chance on the no-scope. Knows he had to make a move. The Mongols swarm that lower site. And they tie us up once more at 14 all.
Good love after the body spam. A game too close to call. The double AWP does its work. And an awkward timing for Flames when he gets the flank off, but he misses Blitz back garage, and Blitz gets a lot more than he even needed in that position. Stopping that A attack for Vitality. They actually go back to solo AWP now, knowing it's been seen, trying to keep Vitality guessing. Mazinho close on ramp with the AK, 910 outside. Back to smoke breaks. Oh, Blitz did it again. .5v4 for the Mongols, and yeah, no, ZywOo has no idea what he's walking into. Easy kill. Blitz just creeping through Vitality's wall of smokes. 3 on 5. Desperate time on the ramp room. 910 going back for more though. Double dipping will be his fatal mistake. Oh dear, 3 on 5, no longer.
Not like this.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like that's how you've just given up the game. 910 as well has been such a pivotal point of this comeback, but that's awkward for Robs. Mezzi currently sitting bottom of the board, found his 10th kill onto 910 in this round. Doubles up now to find the 2v2 for Vitality. Mezzi has been super absent here on Nuke. But the 2 kills in this round could really tee up Vitality.
This is the anti-meta reset, right? They go back to lobby. You'd expect them to go heaven. That's exactly what Senzu's playing for. The longer the round goes on, the more he must consider they could be here. This is the longer route for Vitality to take, but they take it nonetheless. Should be a trade.
Senzu has to nail this opening shot, but just looks off the angle. It's only Techno left. 1v2. Mezzi 3 kills deep in the round. For Techno, there's 4 on the floor already. Heart racing now, 120 BPM, Techno 4K, trying to uplift the Mongols, closing the gap, finds that first man in the hut, aware of the backside player, Techno with the transfer, and that is electric. Vitality on the back foot as Techno moves the Mongols to pole position.
Their first time ever. Could it really be today against Vitality? A clutch like that might kill this team right at the end of this overtime. That is the worst way to lose it. Techno, no business, no right to win that round.
And you know, there's a lot of time on the clock, so time isn't really a factor in this clutch. They want to play together, they want to double peek him, but he just weaves around the bomb site, manages to isolate the 2 fights, and what felt like was the last bullet gets the kill on Mezzi.
I love how he tucked tight on the silos there, forcing that site player to really swing him. Gave him just a little bit of time to break up those 2 fights.
And it's really hard for the Vitality players to sort of play off of each other's contact in that situation. Bomb planted for heaven, so even if they play separated, it's not great for either of them.
Vitality need another overtime. Mongols just need 5 kills. Got the double AWP again.
No way, bro. Why? This is an insane... Yeah, unplug his mouse. A wild way to open up the final round of OT.
Oh, yes.
The blitz is on the board.
All right, his mouse is working. But Jakey's keyboard, maybe not. He's back.
Okay.
Zeno hits his shot. This is getting desperate. 3 on 4. Senzu's got to give it up. Mizuno going back for a second pluck on this ramp cross. They get out.
9-10. Bringing them ever closer. This would be the Mongols' first map win over Vitality. They are 2 kills away from achieving that goal.
17 games played on Nuke. Vitality have won 16. MOUZ and now the Mongols, if they can just close this advantageous position. Despite Vitality's comeback in this map, the Mongols are right there.
They've made it down secret, but so has Mizinho on this AWP. Techno, even in the vents, drops in. ZywOo knocked out. That's the top performer gone. Mizinho will seal the deal for the first time in this head-to-head. The Mongols have taken a map off of Vitality. That has kept the semi-final raging on. This series now goes the distance as we head into uncharted waters. 1 spot left in the finals. 2 squads. This is the map that the Mongols came the closest to taking off of Vitality. That's the one we end on, and after how Nuke wrapped up with the comeback getting denied from this Vitality squad, Mongols seeing that one over the line and picking up their first map win. They've got the momentum behind them here heading into map number 3.
And a lot about this is managing energy, right, as well. Vitality, you know, you own them on their map pick, right? You expect to close it out in 2. Nuke has been so good for you. Then it goes into overtime, you lose. Now you have to find that energy for the decider.
I'm going to be keeping a very watchful eye over Techno 4K. He was lights out back on Nuke. A crazy clutch to see it through for the Mongols. And it's good to see, right? Because out of everyone in this team, he is the longest standing guy alongside Blitz from years ago, even all the way back in Checkmate. That was like 5 years ago now. still going strong, and it felt like he was the one guy playing with real confidence and balls in some of those rounds. So hopefully he can keep up appearances. This is a wrap over towards Arch. 910 is under a lot of strain, and 4 players will go running into him. So that's the opener found for Vitality.
It's a very difficult position to figure out. So I will working out what they've bought by looking at the spawn is a nice little detail, but Senzu comes running through the CT smoke, aggressive. Still a player at B. Vitality should know there is at least one, and they go towards the A. 2 pits.
And it make that 1 pit.
Yeah.
Only Mazinho there. Oh, but this one guy might hit like a bunch of them. 2 kills found out of Mazinho. Looking for the third. Has to get that reload off. Living on borrowed time as Mazinho does what he can to tee up Techno for the clutch. He was full of them back on Nuke, but can't get the ball rolling to open up Inferno. That pistol round firmly belongs to Team Vitality.
Oh yeah, it's a roller coaster, right? From 910 just getting run down to a swift tap from Flamesy. Mazinho making it look like Mongols are in the round. And then a fake plant for Vitality. They were coming swinging for that final player.
And you could see how Vitality freezes after that first kill because the smoke comes CT, and also they don't know what the exact opening was for the Mongols. Maybe there was 3 B and there's 2 more after that kill.
Yeah, it just feels like such a crazy play from Senzu. Yeah. You think maybe it's a bait and they're hoping we're going to rush into B now. A very worthwhile force here in the second round. Scout considering it. Doesn't hit the tag. There are 3 players here, a 4th in the bomb site. Bit of a mess up top, Banana, and they're very low. Well, they check for the 3rd guy. He's full blind. Blitz. Nothing from it. Pre-fire almost finishes Techno as well. Oops. Short ball.
Just Apex reloading on car and seeing a player in sandbags gets the full reload and gets the kill.
Just spoils of war here, nades and guns everywhere. They can double pump this B site. Don't need to though. Just an execution on Techno at the back.
He certainly had a window.
Yeah, he spooked himself there.
Closed quickly though, still Mazinho with 1. That's a Galil now picked up. Smoking at the spawn, currently ZywOo concealed by it. Might just play through on the contact of his teammates, and yeah, ZywOo perfectly handled. Smoke phase, he gets his freebie. I think this is good. Apex has been pretty quiet in actually both playoff games that we've seen Vitality in. It hasn't been the same, you know, bravado.
I think he just hasn't been talking trash as much.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't have the same matchups, you know, there's no one to personally harass. But if he qualifies, he gets another shot at Spinks, you know, that was a lot of fun.
Oh god, he was so...
Oh bro, it's going to be so flat out like...
great.
One of the wildest finals.
Why are you baiting? Lodan!
I think maybe there is an element though, Harry, where he feels like he hasn't done as good of a job calling on Nuke perhaps as he would have liked, and maybe that's why he wasn't as loud also. I mean, they weren't straight up dominating the Mongols, so, you know.
I also think there's loads of thrown rounds in there, not necessarily even by him, like positions where they should be winning and they weren't, and so we're seeing a lot of frustration for Apex, some heads in hands, some annoyance.
I think also though, like he wants to try and, you know, you talked about energy management. I think he's trying to uplift the boys now heading into map 3. So I do expect him to be a little louder, even in the face of challenges here. Oh my god!
No!
Yes, you forgot about it. Blitz can aim. Nails Mezzi. Mazinho backstab. That could have been a freebie. Ops' spidey senses started tingling. The bomb still T-stairs here.
They know because of the boost they have to have done heavy damage at B. So I think you just go back and you finish what you've set yourselves up for. Bomb picked up. Rob's still lurking, maybe throws a smoke out.
You put a bit of pressure over on A as well. You spotted players over in the apartments. They're looking like they wanted to follow through on this B play. Wherever they go, they have the edge. They're only up against these pistols. Playing this pretty timid right now of Vitality. Finally, Apex decides enough of this, and he just runs up through Banana with the smokes down.
Another boost. ZywOo holding it the whole time. Not today, Mongols, not today.
And I think what you touched on, Harry, also a good point and a fact about the Mongols is their floor is really high individually. You know, there's not a clear weak link. I mean, statistically, Techno is their weakest player, and he's been their best player in this series, right? So at any point, any one of them can really pop off. Still such a young squad.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that's so mad is like we talk about Techno as sort of like the veteran alongside Blitz, the guy who's been with him for the longest time. Techno's 19 years old.
Crazy.
You know, like 5 years spent alongside the captain of this team. Playing since he was 14 years old.
You have, you know, a 17-year-old in Messinho, an 18-year-old in Senzu, 9, 10, 22.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I think is so wild is like, even when you look early on, thinking the Mongols back when they were like IHC and whatnot, and Techno was sort of the kind of Senzu or Messinho of the time, right? He was like the young guy, the one on the up and up. I think he's matured a lot as a player quickly, but yeah, they are still a very young team, are the Mongols.
Senzu wants the challenge, and a flash might send him in, but there's so many guns they're trained on in his position. They don't even look really blind. Good grenade. 3 grenades. They don't actually do that much, all things considering. Techno spams him through the smoke as Apex just crouch sprays. Techno can get out right now. As Vitality do the same. Oh,
good pickup for 9-10. No chance at the trade either for Flames. ZywOo given over for free. I always feel like 9-10's great kills like that on the AWP, where he just kind of darts in, takes one out of the round, and then falls back. Complete reposition. Doesn't look to like push the limits too much of what was possible around the mid angle there. He is content with taking that 4-on-3 for the Mongols.
Perfect timing for the smoke as well.
Right as Vitality were about to go.
Still gonna.
They don't really have any other choice but to play through this, and in doing so, they run right into Messinho. Mezzi left as the last man standing. He arrives into this third map, coming off the back of a real quiet one on Nuke. Confidence likely isn't brimming here, and so 1v4 is not made for Mezzi.
But this is one you're really going to be unhappy about, right? I mean, you got a free entry, 5v4, then a little bit unnecessary for Apex to go for that spam. You know, you can just chill. If you remember, even on Nuke, a couple of times on Anubis, when they would had an advantage, you know, Mongols almost always go for the re-aggress. So you can just be a little bit patient and punish that. Instead, they give 2 right back. And now some aggression from 9-10.
Yeah, looking for another one of these angles where he could just strike a player from the tally early, get the hell out of there. But it's not one you can hang around in forever. And he was never given that fight up through alt mid. Still, the Mongols being proactive, right? Making these opening moves. Even if it doesn't pan out, it's good to see they've got that tenacity. And he still stays posted with that AWP.
And Vitality has used this top mid smoke 2 times already. I mean, thrown it, but not used it. So you can definitely expect them later on in the half to either sit in it, to play the fade, or just flash and pop through it when they want to do something faster.
Ooh, picks the molly and puts it down. Vitality still full grouped here. Looks like they're going to want to go. They're going to have to break this smoke to do so. He's going in. They just pop through. Techno in spawn. A lot of pressure on him. He's pushed back. It's Senzu who's forced in with his own flash. Almost takes a second without it. Oh, they give up the boost. Will they not even look at this? Flames turn just in time to stop that play. And Mongols might be trapped. Forced to save. Vitality break back in.
Yeah, it's always tricky on those B holds, right? With 2 players, you're sort of saving your utility, right? You want to try and block them, play behind the smoke maybe, but with all the flashes and the grenades that Vitality was throwing, it just threw off the peaks for the CTs. They couldn't do it together. to really break that execute, and 9-10 and Mzinho have to save. So for example, for me this next round would be a good one to use the smoke. Top mid, right, for Vitality, because they've been putting a lot of pressure. Banana, sure, even the previous round they found an entry and went back to A, but it does feel like the Mongols are going to try and put more resources into that banana control. Or maybe Mara is just one of those guys who says, listen, I'm going to take a timeout. They're going to expect this sort of an adjustment. We're not going to do it this round. We need to win a round first before we switch to that sort of an opening.
Oh, it's the flash that makes him turn. See if this orb gets up to any tricks, any mid boosts. But routing pretty passive, just to probably scope up a shorter wraps.
I think he wants to take something.
Yeah,
smoke in and top mid.
Comes in.
Gonna block 9-10. And even this is annoying for 9-10 because twice now he's tried to make these opening moves. Both times, nothing gained from it. You know, he was intentional on the routing there. He had a great spawn if he wanted to peek straight up down mid. Instead, he starts to rotate around early. He's going to go reinforce this B side of the map.
Hasn't fired yet, so no warning for Vitality where this orb could be. Mongols stalling their util pretty nicely.
Pressure being put on over towards A, though, you are feeling a bit of pressure for this three-man B hold to kind of move a bit, right? Try and extract some info from the round. They were setting up just then to do retake util in a banana, and they are going to do that into the stack of Vitality. ZywOo and Flames handed 2 kills on a silver platter. The timing couldn't have felt worse for the Mongols as they commit into the full stack in a banana. B-side crumbles.
Just so many players there that it's so hard to come out advantage as the CT's pushing in. It's just got to be the best flash you've ever thrown, and even then there's almost always someone who's anti. Oh, that was a nice flash, but Blitz blind spam. Shouldn't put this round back on again. Really, they should be looking to save, but without a CT smoke down, the fights are being taken and Vitality are just winning them right now. Flames getting a lot of entries on this B bomb site, and Rops's lurk stops that save, keeping Vitality not just in the lead, but in the economical lead as well.
I think, you know, the mind games are really cool to me, right? You can see how the Mongols, again with the 2B opening, maybe worried about that mid smoke being utilized, but in the mid round they rotate back and Vitality doesn't really change a thing, you know, they just keep putting that B pressure, want to go for a B execute, and they're out there in force, which enables them to shut down that top banana re-aggress. And the Mongols just not expecting the grouping up of Vitality, you know.
So
they're
early.
thinking there's going to be maybe 2 guys there left, you know. They're working mid. There has to be, you know, Rops, Flamesy, maybe one more player, ZywOo in between, just sort of supporting both sides. But that's sort of what happened to them on Anubis too, right? If you remember those A main pushes and just everyone from Vitality waiting outside for the execute.
They're ending their defaults so early in these rounds. It feels like they have a read on this B hit because they've just been abusing it. Now 5v4, Apex dinked. Still just entry Senzu like it's nothing. ZywOo picks the long side and they can just go.
And it's definitely a thing where your in-game leader or the coach will watch, you know, demos of the opponent and say these guys are terrible on B, right? Which... Whoa, wait, what?
Push through.
Chill.
Catches a bunch of kills. Messi and Flames are good to respond, but this could still get weird. Techno in the hot seat. Oh, smoke fade, Flames domes him. Round recovered for Vitality.
What happened? You know, all of a sudden. 2v2, but yeah, you know, they will say, not that the guys are actually terrible, but just the way they set up, you feel like it's very easy to break their setups. Maybe their banana fight isn't good, you know, like that's what differentiates a really good Inferno team from a team that's struggling. They just have a better understanding of these sort of micro movements on the map, how to take fights, how to react to things on the map. That's why perhaps, you know, B is being targeted a little bit more heavily early on, because Apex feels like, okay, if they're fighting, we're going to try and win that fight in banana. If they're not, you know, for the way they set up on B, these are a couple of things that we can do, and, you know, I'm pretty confident they will work.
I mean, I feel like we've seen a bit of a rise in almost like 1-4 cooling on T side. I think like for a team, for example, like Eternal Fire started the year as that as like one of their kind of backbone pieces behind their T sides. I think this Vitality squad have been doing that a hell of a lot here on Inferno. And with Rops being that guy left to his own devices, they are a very threatening 4-1 team. Rops is a self-starter, right? He'll react to info, he'll make his plays if he feels like he has gaps, and he'll be very, very safe when he's worried he's missed timings. But in this round, as an example, right, he's been given all this room over towards the apartments. That was supposed to be an opener for Rops, but Blitz is aware. Great check for him, as Rops did play deep through the apartments.
This is where you feel like you just go for the B execute 3-on-5. You have nothing really else. Oh, Apex sees he can get behind that Molotov, picking up the AWP for this mid kill, for this B kill rather. Might just throw it out now.
I wonder if that was a little bit of a bait on A, you know, Mzinho making noise, dropping down, and then Blitz very aware of apps being open to punish Rops. Nice pre-fire from Senzo as well in banana, aware of the boost on wood.
Bit of like a carrot and stick for Rops over in the apartments. Give him something to chase.
Then smack him on the head.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens. It's put the Mongols in a powerful position, and with the third man rotating over towards B, it's a 3-on-3 for this site control. Now the CT player will get locked out. There's nothing Blitz can really do about that, but the players in the site are successful. If this flash helps them, he can come through on a timing. Spotted at the back of the site is Techno. Whoa! His head on a swivel. There's the support from Apex. 3v5, no problem for Vitality as they break through. Smoke blowing open, 910 reclaims it. The round's still live. The Mongols have a hope. 910 has provided. Moving in on this AWP, he's got to be just as fast on shot number 2. Ready for the man up top. He seems prepared. Still Flames able to catch him. Dropping off. Mezzi with the swing. 3v5 for Vitality.
He lets him know. 5v3 round thrown away. I think Blitz is doing too much. He needs to flash. He has flash HE. He doesn't throw high flash for his side players when the hit comes in. He throws a grenade to bounce in banana for a little bit of damage. The flash is way more valuable there. Even nading the smoke could have been more valuable than that. He gets like 20 damage. His team get wiped. Then he runs through with his flash. It's too late. They know you're coming. They know where you are. 3v5 forces the Mongols mid-rush. Desperate times, even more desperate measures. They're boxed in here from alt mid. Flames cleans up. Bit preemptive there.
Still dangerous for Vitality. Apex is also on low HP. And there's a lot of gaps on the map right now. So we'll need some time to piece this one together. Vitality, they have no apps control. So it does look like walking mid now with 3 players will be their best option. Apex still deciding to go for that AWP swap.
How much has he gleaned from years of watching ZywOo, Kenny S before him? That's a really awkward catch over in the apartments. Mzinho falls into Rops' lap, and that's really the round on the back of that.
They don't speed up immediately because it does seem a little bit fishy for Mzinho to be that far up and move around while he's alone on the bomb site. They're thinking for a little while, maybe it's a stack, but...
They never saw Senzu.
Yeah, but Rops is very aware. especially in the apartments.
Bro, you just hate the way his brain works if you're the Mongols, don't you? It's like, oh, he's considering every available option.
Silent jumps ab solo while his team wrap the stairs. He gets all 3 kills. Just a beautiful round for Robs. Back in his house. Whose house? Robs' house. And this is getting out of control now. 8-1 lead, 14 vitality.
It's 8-1?
Yep.
I felt like it's, you know...
4-3.
4-1.
Yeah. It's these B hits. Non-stop. Double nades down mid do damage to Flames. 14 and 5.
Nine-10 should have that one for free. Robs felt like he had room to work with.
They could still just hit P again. 9-10's coming in. I want to see a supportive flashbang if he doesn't get to coffins or sight in time. They could block this.
It's a little bit of an easy call for the Mongols though, right? They killed the Apps player on long, so for 9-10 to go B, and that's why Apex sort of puts pause. He tries to put pressure, but you could see the bomb was going back to A, and Blitz finds Mezzi.
They saw Zywoo as well. Vitality just walking into crosshairs in this round. Reassuring for the Mongols that the round they're going to win here is 5 alive or close to. They need the money now if they're going to embark on this last little streak. Flame should be gone. Oh, Flash isn't great, but it's not a worry. 5 alive and a chance. That's all it is. Still got to do the work.
I wonder if we even see that all make the appearance in this round, right? Like, I think it might just be rifles across the board. You kind of need to think long-term-ish in terms of the money. There's only a few rounds left to be played, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're broke heading into the final round of the half. Suddenly the Mongols chain together a couple of rounds and it gives them some breathing room.
Yeah, Zywoo ended up throwing 2 drops, so he's going to be on the AK as well.
You know you're in the power position right now. You have Techno, the guy who was really stepping up and delivering on that last map, the one that helped take Nuke over the line. He started 1 and 8. You've been bullying his bomb site. You're in his head. You've taken the confidence away from Techno. So it's going to be more of an onslaught over towards B, this time off the nades, but well dodged considering how many HGs come over. There's a bit more focus over towards the apartments this time. No longer leaving Rops to lurk this side of the map alone. Flames plays first, assisted by flashes from Zywoo. He gets out mid. And I wonder if they want to go back B now. It doesn't feel insignificant that it was Flames leading the charge out through the apartments when so often it's been Rops there alone. From the kill feed, the Mongols suspect this is an A play.
Yeah, but there's still a smoke back at B, which buys them time to rotate when they realize it's gone quiet. Orb holding the long smoke. Vitality regroup for this execute. They've still got Rops to backstab.
And Vitality probably thinks this is one player blocking, and they might even try to go through it, but that could be fatal.
Techno and Senzu with the re-smoke at the right time. Vitality come charging, and it's smoke spam to open up this site. Techno has to do something immaculate, but through the smoke come Vitality at all different angles. That's 9.
Just nice, a very nice opening from Vitality on mid. Really good flashes. Long is isolated with a smoke. Flames, he gets a free kill, really. on Mzinho up top.
I mean, we kind of have to talk about the game that Flames he's having here, right? Come map number 3. He had his blunders on Nuke. He had some awkward clutches where he wasn't able to find success rounds that now we know in the long run would have made all the difference. But here on map 3, Flames is the main character. It's not ZywOo, it's not Rops. He's the one leading the charge, nearly 20 kills deep at the end of this first half.
So many entry kills in this B-bomb site.
I mean, that's one of the things that's mad about this Vitality squad is, right, you have ZywOo and Rops as sort of the big exciting names, but you look at the other guys. Mezzy was a former star. He's a guy who's done everything and always been willing to adapt. Flames, likewise. Ooh. He's back. He's back. Boop. But yeah, Flames likewise, right, has that star potential. Is the entry man within this team the one looking to open up rounds?
I mean, we had him on Talking Counter, and he was talking about how he just loves the chaos. And a lot of these rounds have been chaotic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about all the B fights in the bomb site in Banana. That's where he thrives. 180s. Spray transfers. ZywOo with another entry kill.
Oh, the flash is so good, and ZywOo follows up, clipping him through the wall. Mzinho or nothing. He's not had a chance back in the pit side, and he won't in this round either. Overwhelmed. Flames with another opening kill in this site, and ZywOo is unstoppable. Pack it up, at least for the half. This is double digits.
Yeah, come map 3 for the Mongols. Only Mzinho has been the one really outputting, and these A hits have been few and far between for Vitality. They return to this side of the map in the final round of the half, just to send the message that they could.
Can't save here.
Been a B-centric game. A lot of these B plays, a lot of these 1-4s out of Vitality. They've even re-smoked him again.
We gotta go now.
They're really letting Senzu stew in this.
Apex
and listen to the madman Apex laughing away as Vitality 10-2, this third and final map of the semi-final. Vitality are just 3 rounds away from the grand final. They run away with that first half. It's not even close. The Mongols, with but 2 rounds split in that first half, leave themselves with no breathing room. They need the pistol, or else this will be a series of question marks, of what ifs, of what could have been for the Mongols.
Yeah, just such incredible form on Nuke, and just a different game entirely. Abuse on that B-bomb site from Vitality's T side. Flames, unstoppable entries. Zai with a big multi just to round out the half, and Robson Abs had his impact. He's back, playing a late move through balcony. Blitz with the bomb.
So one of the things I think must be so infuriating about sharing a server on the other side of Rops is all T-half long, he's been very calculated and slow with these lurks through the apartments. First CT pistol, he gets aggressive. He pushes and he catches 2 in the back line for the Mongols. That's the util removed. Players out of the round. And Rops still once more.
Dude.
Never stopping. 3 kills deep.
Forget your plan. Oh, the dualies, just to really rub salt in that wound. So that stings.
Fucking sick, baby. It's good to have you in my team. Woo! I'm gonna play pool.
Yes, it's safe to say Apex was very happy about acquiring this guy on our screens right there.
Actually, just like one of the best roster moves of all time, Yanko. Feels like it.
Yeah, on par with Rob's joining phase for all of us. There seems like Rob's is involved in a number of them. Does feel nice, Xtad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoy, mate.
And yeah, I think now the sad thing for the Mongols is, I think back to how this series started, right? They took that gamble pick of Anubis to open to try and punish Vitality. But a lot of other teams have tried that. A lot of other teams have done it. Vitality have been improving.
I think it's still...
This could have been a Mirage opener, right? This could have been the classic 3 in this series. Instead, they win on Nuke. They finally break through Vitality's pick, only to get decimated on Inferno.
I think I still leave this series somewhat impressed at the Mongols that they have the tenacity to shut down such a strong map for Vitality and pick up the clutch as they do and win the chaotic rounds that they did back on Nuke. But yeah, there's still obviously questions about the ceiling of this team, and for the moment, Vitality are just solidifying themselves as the best team in the world.
One of the things that you said, Yanko, there was, you know, their biggest enemy could have been themselves. And in map 2, that more so felt like it for me, for Vitality. Things were a little bit looser. They were making mistakes they would never usually make. They've screwed their heads back on for map 3, and look at the results, right? The numbers speak for themselves. This has not been close. This has not been competitive. Vitality have beat up on the Mongols as though this isn't 2 top-ranked teams going head-to-head.
It's been a great bounce back on Inferno, and I'm sure it will be a while before Mongols pick to punish again in their best of 3. Because they played so well against Navi on Mirage, you know?
The what if rears its head, but they tried.
I mean, look, that was a nice kill at least to try and keep this game going longer, but look at the reaction. This is what you're going to be running into. If there are any more rounds left in this game, they're all going to feel a bit like this. Vitality have so much room to play gambly, to make these type of moves. 4 players over in the A site. There should be no world for the Mongols. Domination out of Vitality. Grand final secured. And for a team moving towards the Grand Slam, that is no small feat. A third one on the horizon, a third chance for a win for Vitality. They move into those grand finals. You get Apex taking